Go.
Wake up, Barstool! We're ready to roll! Ready to roll! Ready to roll!
What's going on, y'all? Welcome in. Wake Up Barstool. Damn! Can't believe I lost to Stu, dude. Unbelievable, Stu. You're so fast. You're the fastest 65-year-old.
4940.
Fastest 65-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Are you kind of out of breath?
No.
I'm kind of out of breath. I think you're lying.
I am not out of breath.
I think I'm sensing a little bit of the same
20
thing.
20 push-ups right in front of you, I'm not out of breath.
If you do 20 push-ups, you'll be out of breath.
Yes, I will be. I'll be sweating.
Wait, why do you run so well? I thought I told you pulled his hammy.
Who's that? I know. I don't know how he did it, dude. He's fighting through injury. He's like Dave Portnoy yesterday.
Can I say something? Can I look at the camera? Is this the camera I'm looking at? Dave, you embarrassed us. You're $250 million man. Get a trainer, shave the beard, get a haircut, go on Manjaro, because you are an embarrassment to us as your employees. We look up to you. There's nothing to look up to. That run yesterday with you limping, I don't care you got hurt. That is embarrassing. I watched Alcaraz on one leg win the major at the Australian Open. I don't want to hear about you ran for 40 yards or 30 yards. Come on. I mean, what is that? And you celebrated like a word I'm not allowed to say. I'm not allowed to say what you are, but that was embarrassing, Dave. I love you. I love you. But that was embarrassing.
The wildest part about it is that's a genuine smile on his face.
He loved it. He was so happy.
And I mean, Taddeo should have known. Shout out our guy Taddeo from JMU. Look, man, it's a rich man's world, and we're all just living in it. So torn hamstring, it doesn't matter. Whatever head start was required, he was always going to get. You knew Dave wasn't going to take an L, at least not willfully, not lying down, not Super Bowl week.
He set it up. It was fixed.
Not in the Super Bowl week.
How do you fix something? Oh my God! He's lowered the bar now for everybody in this company.
Hey.
He's lowered the bar.
So shout out Dave and Taddeo. That was fun yesterday.
Love you, Dave. Love you, Taddeo.
Look, we got a big Super Bowl. We got more Super Bowl coverage coming up today. Can't wait to talk to Chase Daniel about it. College football playoff schedule. We got a lot of CFP guys. CFB, excuse me. CFB.
Yeah, you do have a lot of CFP.
Yeah, relax.
Long.
Yeah, Liam and Big T, not exactly fans of playoffs, but we got great college football knowledge here on the panel. We'll break down next year's schedule. We're going to talk some golf gambling. Liam's going to give you some picks there.
I love golf.
But first, boys, how we doing? It's T-Bob Baby, our Big T, Liam Bluttman, Stu Feiner. How we doing today, guys? Back for day 2 of the Motley Crew. How's
I'm
everyone
feeling amazing. I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling positive, feeling blessed. Let me say something. Gibson's French dip, to die for.
Last night?
Absolutely to die for. I didn't eat dinner because tonight we're going to a monster dinner, like a super duper dinner. I'll report back tomorrow on it. Can't get into this
So
reservation.
you had a French dip for lunch?
Yeah, I
That's
didn't have dinner.
absurd, Stu.
I went to the.
What's wrong with that?
I went to
I mean,
Gibson's
that's nap central.
for
You
lunch.
can't be going French dip for lunch. It's so heavy.
No, what's embarrassing is I banged out 6 Heinekens alone at the bar and didn't talk to nobody. I mean, that is embarrassing. But their bread's amazing. Their raisin bread. I had 2 things of butter. How embarrassed they give you these like big little things. 2 of them. I was dipping them in my hands eating the butter because I was eating the butter. This is disgusting. After my 3rd Heineken, I'm out of my mind. I'm like lit.
Yeah.
And I was taking my finger in the butter and rubbing it on the bread, then eating the bread like
But
they
you were alone.
Alone.
At the bar.
I love being alone now.
Yeah.
Shout out being alone. Shout out being comfortable in your own skin. You don't need people. You don't need really a lot of friends, family. It's me and God
hold on.
and the Heineken and the French dip and the French fries at Gibson's. Shout out Gibson's.
Big T is, because I agree. I want everybody to feel comfortable being themselves. And there's something special about feeling, taking yourself out, be it to like a movie meal or whatever. Are you too comfortable being alone? if you're just eating butter straight up alone at the Gibson's bar?
No.
Okay, so
I
this
was
is an
blessed.
evolved state of mind.
Yeah, I think that sounds awesome.
You've achieved Maslow's, self-actualization on the hierarchy of needs. You have fully evolved, Stu.
I've seen it all. I've done it all. I'm living on borrowed time. Like I told you yesterday, I thought I'd be dead by 30. I just want to show you right now. It's the perfect dive shirt. I'm one of the greatest divers ever, and my pool is always 88, 88, 88, 88. So we're ready to roll with the perfect dive shirt. And please, as God is my witness, if you can't pay yourselves, I will personally pay for the plane, hotels for you. We are throwing Frank the Tank a pool party when he's at 250, which we estimate about 175, 180 days from now, because when you dive off my diving board in my pool, you have to be 250 or under. And Frank's been coming to my house since he's like almost 450 pounds.
Yeah.
So we swim in the pool, me and Frank, we hug it out. But his dream is to dive off the diving board. So we're having an ultimate epic party. I've already pulled 150,000 out of my bank account that Sandy said, where's the money? Where'd 150,000 go? I have it for Frank's party. I want Dan Marino there, which is going to cost me a pretty penny because that's Frank's idol, and we're just going to blow it out. All the Barstool Chicago, Barstool New York. We have like 1,000 people at my house, and we're going to be going, Frank, 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 as he dives off the diving board. It's going to be unbelievable.
Stu, the life that you live, that might be the most interesting life in the entire world.
Live like you die tomorrow.
Liam, welcome in, man. You look fantastic. Great haircut, great beard trim. How we feel today? And the nightshades.
Thanks. I thought I had a great lonely night last night too. I had so much sushi for dinner, but nothing compares.
But you didn't eat butter.
No, I didn't. I had
didn't eat
a
butter.
lot of sushi. I can't eat a lot in one sitting, but if you put sushi in front of me, I think I could eat till
How many root beers?
forever.
How many
No
root beers last night?
No
No root beers. What were we paired with the sushi?
You don't keep them on stock?
Water.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
look
a
at
little
that.
body
Dude.
armor,
Liam
no big
dialed
deal.
in for Sunday's
Also,
big
did
game.
not eat dinner the night before, so a play out of your playbook. So I was very hungry yesterday. Nom nom nom.
A lot of wasabi.
No, I hate wasabi.
Whoa.
What? Why?
Whoa.
Why?
What?
I love wasabi.
Yeah, I don't like wasabi. It doesn't have a good taste to me. It just feels. I don't
What do you
know.
mean? It burns up. It burns going in. It burns
Means
going
the
down. It
sinuses-
burns coming
oh.
out. It's great.
I don't
the
mess with the wasabi. I don't mess with the ginger. I just like the sushi.
Liam, could you
Soy
off,
sauce.
Here and there.
So what do? You
off the
just
top
take
of your
the
head,
sushi
give me Liam
straight up?
Bluttman's top 3 sushi rolls.
Spicy tuna roll,
Okay.
unagi. I mess with the eel,
Okay.
and then probably a dragon.
Okay, so you're a big eel sauce fan then?
Yeah,
Yeah, gotta be.
I love spicy tuna rolls. My email back in middle school is I like spicytuna@gmail.com.
I was going to jokingly ask at what point in the A block we were getting to Nate Ament's 26 second half points, but now I actually am going to demand it if we're doing 15 minutes on sushi.
Okay. A fair point, Big T. A fair point.
He had 2 going into the half and then comes out after a small little leg injury in the first half, 26 in the second.
What are we talking about? Are we talking about Tennessee?
Yeah, Nate Ament going to be
Okay.
a top 10 pick, maybe
Hell
top
yeah.
5.
Shout out. I'm sorry. I'm in full Super Bowl mode. All I'm doing all day long is just reading every article I can find about the storylines, the players, the coaches, and here's something that I feel passionately about that stood out to me from yesterday, and that I don't think we've mentioned a lot on this show yet. Look, all of us talking on the panel here, right? We're having fun. We're covering the game, whatever. Talking about football. We all played football or didn't play to varying degrees, right? You look at
You just described the entire spectrum of not playing or playing football.
exactly, right? But
So
here
that's
we are,
everyone in the world.
Here we are sitting up here talking about it, right? A lot of times in this business, you'll have people that cover the game and do a very good job, but they maybe never played, and they get shouted down by players, right? Like, oh, well, you don't know this. You never played the game. You never did that. Mike McDonald never played. He was an average high school football player. He never played in college, and look at him now. He is the best defensive mind that we have in the entire NFL. And so I guess the point of all of this is don't let anybody tell you that you don't know the game, that you can't know the game if you didn't play the game. If you love the game, you can. And that's Mike McDonald. And when I look at this Seattle defense, man, I am absolutely falling in love right now. I mean, 4 All-Pros, kind of nameless, faceless. What did Brock Heward tell us yesterday? The littles run, the bigs hit. And Stu, I don't know about you.
It was the reverse.
Bigs hit, little run.
Yes.
No,
that's the same.
no. What I say? I said the same thing twice, just opposite.
The big guys run and the little guys hit.
But and Stu, I'll pass to you for a second before I rip it back to continue to talk about this defense. But I mean, you have a Patriots offense right now where Drake May, if you were to look analytically, there's been 30-something quarterbacks over the past 10 years that have played 3 postseason games in a single playoff run. Drake May would rank dead last among those quarterbacks in the form that he's been in. I mean, the Seattle defense looks like they could feast on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, no two ways about it. I mean, as far as if you're going to match up, what is the best lineup? So would it be the Pats offense or the Pats defense or Seattle's offense or Seattle's defense? Seattle's defense is the best out of the 4. I mean, they can be dominant. They only need to rush 4. But every person, all 11, are skilled defensive players. But, look, I mean, truth be told, in Drake May's defense, I mean, he's probably going to be the MVP runner-up. He throws one of the greatest long balls I've ever seen in my life. He's very smart, in the pocket, does not panic, really does not turn over the ball. And his stats, you got to throw out the window. I mean, first of all, I was at the game at Gillette Stadium. The weather was totally gross. And then it got worse at Denver. So, I mean, that's skewed. I think in a perfect field, you know, Drake May would have 3, 4, 5 more touchdowns and hundreds of more yards. So I don't think that looking at his numbers, you know, matched up against, like you just said, is a real indicator, to be honest with you. You know, truth be told.
I mean, how impressively is the run that the Seahawks went on to get here? For as much has been made about the Patriots and maybe their lack of a schedule, think about this. The NFL in recent years has been defined in many ways by Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay coaching trees, right? Like, they revolutionized the entire game. Mike McDonald had to beat both of those guys in trilogies en route to being here.
The most impressive game, be honest with you, was the game in San Francisco, when Seattle went in there and just shut them
14-3, the 13-3 game at the end of the year?
Yeah, I think it was 21-3.
Okay.
Yeah,
but yes.
That was the most impressive game.
Shanahan couldn't move.
Because that was for the number 1 seed. That was for the bye. Frisco was home. And you figured they would show up. And Seattle's defense just, you know, suffocated them. That was when I said this Seattle defense is elite. Not saying that they're going to win the Super Bowl. Because the Super Bowl is a different animal, like we spoke about off camera.
Yeah.
One turnover, 1 interception, 1 bad penalty, 1 pass interference. It just skews the whole game. And then all of a sudden the pressure comes on you and everybody becomes tight and Seattle's supposed to win and they're the favorite. And all of a sudden Patriots win the Super Bowl. I've seen it so many times. So in other words, Seattle's D is phenomenal, but that was the game that opened my eyes. I said, wow, I've never seen Shanahan get humiliated, had no answer for the Seattle D.
Well, and Liam, I mean, it's crazy, right? Like I said, having to win trilogies, rubber matches against both teams. I feel like, are you a bit high? I don't know if you've given me where your favorite at is going into Sunday.
I mean, I think it's a lower scoring game. I lean towards New England winning it just because of the slight experience they have and having been there, having guys on staff that have been there, done that, know what's coming. I lean New England, ball control stuff. I think Travion Henderson's finally going to play a solid game.
Oh, you think so? Against the Seattle run defense?
Yeah, I mean, Travion's problem has been he's leaving open yards available, and he's kind of forcing himself into contact in between the tackles instead of taking more open lanes. That's why he played 4 snaps the other week.
Yeah.
It's all his own doing. He's got to play better. They know that. I think he breaks off a big run too. I
do think he hits a home run at some point. Maybe he doesn't finish in the end zone. I think he has a big play. I do not think New England's going to have play-to-play run success.
I could see that. Yeah. Again, I think suffocating is a good word. I think it's going to be very tight. It's going to feel like there's 15 defenders on the field with both sides of the ball. Yeah. I really think this is a lower scoring game. I like it like 2017 and a score in the final minute of the game. I think it's going to be a classic.
Big T, we have a graphic here that I want your reaction to. Okay, this is.
I will give you my reaction.
This is teams that played in Wild Card Weekend going against 1 seeds in the Super Bowl. It's 2020. We've had 3 of these matchups. The team that played Wild Card Weekend, 3-0 against the higher seed.
When did it switch to only one team getting the bye instead of 2?
Ooh, that's
because
a
we
good
know.
question.
So 2 of those. Well, I guess the Chiefs still would have played Wild Card Weekend, but the Eagles would not.
Yeah.
Would not have.
So okay, so it was
2020.
so this is since 2020. So since that change was made, so to your point, this has led to higher seeded teams that would have gotten byes in the past, like the Eagles would have gotten a bye. Instead, they're playing
Right. The other 2 would not, but as I'm just working this through in my head, my theory is that could have something to do with it. But also, I mean, the 2024 Chiefs had Patrick Mahomes, the 2021 Bucks had Tom Brady. So
Yeah. I'm kind of with you. I think this is an interesting stat. I don't think there's really a lot to take from this going in the next game.
I think it is interesting that 2 of them blew the 1 seed out.
Yeah, because and that is one thing that I don't know that I see happening in this game. Although if a blowout's going to happen, like we talked about yesterday, it'll be Seattle blowing out New England. But you have a New England team, 17-3. Every single loss by 7 or less. You have a Seattle team, 16-3. Those 3 losses by a combined 9 points. So 2 teams with near 20 game sample sizes where they've always been in it, no matter what. And I think that sort of character, that culture, was going to carry over to Sunday. I think it's going to be closer, more likely than not, even though I'm really liking Seattle in this matchup because of that defense and offensive combination. We'll go to break with this. We were talking about culture, right? The creation of culture with Seattle and Mike McDonald yesterday. What comes first? Kind of a chicken and the egg situation. I love Seattle's core 4 principles. So I need you boys to start thinking about a WUB core 4 here, Liam. Seattle, the Seahawks, their 4 principles that McDonald's instilled: brotherhood, truth, work, and violence. How about that, Stu? Brotherhood, truth, work, and violence. That's how you build a team, dude. That's how you build a team, and that's what you're going to see come Sunday. All right, coming up next, let's get into a little bit of college football as a new schedule's been released. And, it's been met with a rather tepid response. More Wake Up next. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. We still got plenty more Super Bowl talk coming up. We got Chase Daniels down by the program as well a bit later on. But right now, look, everybody here, we love college football to varying degrees. We love the direction of college football to varying degrees, love or dislove. I
don't love it to any degree, really.
Okay, so our opinions vary, but I think we actually may be aligned on this. Yes, Liam?
No.
If all of our opinions were the same, there'd be no point to anything.
Thank you, Liam. That's very profound and very well said.
Thank you.
Especially on a morning sports talk show. Because, look, we don't manufacture argument here, okay? We come to it naturally on Wake Up Barstool.
That's what someone who manufactures it would say. You kind of just did
Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
Disservice there.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
But continue.
What I know I'm right about is that the college football schedule doesn't just, it sucks right now. And, well, it looks like it's going to continue to suck as we were given the dates in which the quarterfinals, semifinals, and national championship will be played in 2026, 2027. And look at that. January 25th, the national championship will be in Las Vegas. January 25th. And there's a million different ways that you could frame how ridiculous this is.
Wow, so they bumped it 2 weeks and 2 weeks.
Look at that. It's insane.
Let me ask you something, T-Bob.
Why?
Yes.
You people won all these games. You
Yeah.
want to put 36 teams in the playoff. You want to do this, that, and the other. You want Boise State to play in it. You want James Madison to play in it. When do you want them to play? You've got these guys playing till darn near February.
When
do you want them to play them?
So again, I feel it's not an original idea. But that is the thing, is that the fix is actually easy. You start the regular season, week 0, that bumps everything back a week, and then you don't take the break in December.
No. Rivalry games have to be on Thanksgiving. Can't do that.
That's the one thing I'm dying with, too. That's my worry about moving the schedule at earlier days. We lose a massive
I won't
rivalry
budge
week
on that.
Thanksgiving week.
Okay, fine. Then keep those on Thanksgiving. and then just start the playoff games December 12th, the week after conference championships.
But like this isn't
And then
the
play every week
NFL.
from
You
then.
don't you can't have the Sugar Bowl the week after the conference championships.
Is maintaining these bowl games, which you all tell me don't matter anymore, is maintaining their date on the 1st better if it extends the season to this regard? Like, is the lesser
Well, to be
evil
clear-
not moving those dates and then just playing the national championship on the 1st?
Well, these are the only bowls that matter because you've placed that artificial importance upon them by making them part of the playoff. Also, you're being held prisoner by the Rose Bowl, who refuses to play on any day other than January 1st. So that's actually what you should be mad about. But also, like, they can't just play every single week from September 1st to January 14th or whatever. And by the way, you'd be saving yourself a week, maybe 2 by doing this and cramming everything all together. They're still playing in the middle of January. It's not like it's really that big of a deal. You're still extending past when the portal opens. You're not going to be able to do. People want the national championship January 1st. That's the thing I keep hearing. The national championship has never been on January 1st.
Then make it
ever.
January 9th, then 1 week. January 25th is an absurdity. I mean,
But once it extends past the opening of the portal and into the middle of January, who cares? What's the difference? You're the one that wants them to play all these games.
I think the difference would be that this is bad functional design. You completely lose all of your momentum to the NFL and to NFL playoff games happening everywhere around you. How are you supposed to come in here on Mondays and talk about college football when the NFL will have just wrapped up their most important, important late weeks in the season, playoff games of the season? Like, college football has an opportunity to own that earlier window and really own New Year's Day. But again, beyond because that's kind of like,
It already does.
it's kind of like television revenue based, all of that, like in terms of design. How about just the absurdity? And Josh Pate pointed this out. It's a great point. With this setup right here, week 11 is the mathematical halfway point.
Yes, no,
Of the college football season to
It
the
is
national
absurd. If
championship.
only there was something we could do about it, T-Bob.
So what would we do, Liam? What could we do about it?
Shrink, but we're going to expand.
Yep.
We're going
the-
16
Hang in
probably
there.
next
Hang
year.
in there, buddy. You're getting more.
We're
This
gonna
is
have
going to
a
February.
Groundhog's Day national
Yep.
championship.
You're going to have
Puxatawny Phil's going to see his shadow. We're going to get 4 more teams.
You're
See-
going to
you
have
see what I have to
players
deal with,
entering the
Stu?
transfer portal after the national championship game when schools have been in session for 4 weeks.
You see what I have to deal with, Stu? We
Well-
have 2 guys
I
here.
missed the game.
We
we
love
have-
college
we have
football.
two
You love
guys here.
slop. You
I
love
love the money
AI
I make off
slop.
of college football.
We have
I
two
love
guys
it.
here.
I love money. I love college football.
I love both those things as well. But we have 2 guys here who refuse to.
Well, they're traditionalists.
Exactly,
I
but
missed the rivalry.
but that's
It's a new world we're living in.
that is whistling in the face of a hurricane, right?
T-Bob,
peeing into
it's-
the wind.
It is refusing.
Peeing into the wind.
It is refusing to accept that I may hate this, but it's where the sport is at. So how do we make it the best within that framework?
But that's-
and it's saying, I just want the old framework. The old framework's not coming
No,
back.
because that's even separate from you are the one who wants to have 24 teams in the playoff and also play all the. Well, if we just start the season in July, then we can have the national championship January 1st. If you want all these teams in this stupid playoff, you have to find some time to play the games, and it may go into January. Yes, that is stupid. It sucks, but it's your fault.
So okay, well then, what is the best form of college football? What does it look like?
BCS.
Tell me what the
Go
solution-
back to
okay,
it. It was
exactly.
perfect.
Exactly.
There was no. We're talking to Chase Daniel later in the show, we were talking before the show. Played in one of the most incredible. I don't say forgotten, but underappreciated college football games of all time. I believe it was number 2 Kansas against number 4 Missouri. Last game of the season. in
Border war.
Arrowhead Stadium. Like one of the most incredible college football games ever played. And those 2 teams were playing for a spot in the national championship game. Missouri ended up not winning the Big 12 and didn't make it. But like those are the games that make college football awesome. And if that game was played today, it would be like, oh, it's fun. We're going to go play Kansas, and we'll both be in the playoff, and we'll play till the middle of January. It's fine. What a fun time it is to play college football. Isn't it great?
The addition of a larger playoff had deluded people into believing that there were going to be so many more bigger games, but all it did was extract the juice from what would have been significant, big-time, massive games.
In the first year
season.
In the first year of the 12-team playoff, it took what would have been one of the biggest upsets in college football history from us, and that team went and won the national championship. The year before, if Ohio State had lost to Michigan, it would have been one of the most devastating, crushing upsets in the history of sports, period. And instead, nobody cares. They won the national championship.
That is a massive issue for me as well, is that I've said to you plenty, T-Bob, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it because it's true. Losses just don't have the same magnitude anymore. That's truly why I miss when a loss or two would kill your season and you had to be responsible. And if you were the best team, you were going to prove it every single week. There was no room for error. There was no time to take a week off. There was no excuse for ever losing to your rival, your arch rival, in your biggest game of the season. But for them, did it even really matter? Because they get the national championship anyway.
Y'all are holding up. And look, I don't wholly disagree with the points. I do think there's some nuance there. I think that the regular season games have not, they still do matter. I mean, look at Notre Dame, Miami. That was an early season big time matchup that ended up deciding who got in the playoffs.
That was week 1, right?
Yeah. I mean, or was it week 2 or week 1? Week 1, yeah, it was week 1. And so it's not that the regular season doesn't matter. It's just that maybe the most important, like do or die, get in or don't games have just shifted back to teams that are going to be on the bubble more. And you continue to use this example of Ohio State losing to Michigan and yet still winning the national championship. And I get it. It's sour when viewed through the lens of how we always have understood the kind of framework of college football. But Ohio State earned that championship. I mean, look at the teams.
No, they didn't. They lost.
Look at the teams that they went through to win that championship.
Dude.
Was Miami the second best team in the country by the end of this year?
No.
Who? What?
They played well in the playoff because you let 12 teams get into it. What if the best
That
team
is absurd.
What do you mean, dude?
Who was the second best team in the country then?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it. Probably, maybe Ohio State.
You don't the
get
team that Miami beat?
Dude.
What kind of mental pretzel have you worked yourself into
T-Bob,
here?
Listen, what if the best team in the country goes 7-5? Should they be in the
They're not the best team in the country if they go 7-5.
No, because you just said, T-Bob, that you can lose all your important games and you can get into the playoff, and then as long as you win the playoff, it's fine. You're the best team, right? So what if the best team loses all their important games, they go 7-5, but like they should be in because they could win the playoff?
No, they're not, but they're not. That's a crazy illogical hypothetical you just made up.
No, it's not. We don't know who the best team is until you put them in the playoff.
Can I say
You're
something?
the best team. You decide these games on the field. If you're 7-5, you're not making the playoff.
But Ohio State
Miami was allowed to discover their identity during the season. They said, "Oh wait, we are not a passing team. We are an old school smash mouth, run the ball, play great defense." And when they discovered that, they clicked.
Nobody's
and they
arguing
became the
Miami
team they were
wasn't
always supposed
good.
to be. So I'm saying I don't mind teams having a little more margin of error to figure out what is their best form, because then it gives us great football by the end.
How much margin of error?
It gives us a national championship that is very satisfying because you have two teams at the peaks of their power.
This has to be said. Can I just say something?
Yeah.
It has to be said. College football is dead. It's dead. It is no longer college football. It is pre-NFL football.
Yes.
They're getting paid. They are no longer college players. They are professional players in college getting paid. So college football is dead from what we used to be. It is now money, 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 money. How do we recoup the NIL money? How do we recoup people donating $400 or $500 million to the organization so they could buy players? So college football is no longer college football. It is NFL football in college. So this schedule is predicated on how do we make the most money? How do we stretch the season as long as possible so we could draw as much money as possible? So the traditionalists, what you feel about rivalries, what you feel about the past. Dead!
Yeah.
Morte! It's college football is money, 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 money. That's all I got to say.
Which is, that feels like what you would rail against generally.
Well, no, I'm not getting into my personal desires because they are, it's burying your head in the sand to just sit here and say, well, I wish we could go back to the BCS. It's not happening.
That's not what anybody's talking about.
That's what you said.
I said that would be preferable. I understand that will never happen.
I'm trying to meet the sport where it's at and then create the best framework within that.
But do you think, like, you value a large playoff with teams that you think can win it over winning your games in the regular season?
No, I value objective metrics. My biggest problem with college football is the subjectivity. I want automatic seeds based on where you finish in your conference so that just the regular season decides it. Just the football on the field decides it. That's what I want. And then I want it to be earned in the playoffs. That
you want to watch the NFL.
No, I'm
this
saying
exists.
if we are going to, okay, so you like us sitting here and debating who the best team is and just putting them in with a committee?
Yes.
And you're normally one who's against bureaucracy, so it's quite offensive to hear you championing for it here.
My preferred system had a sophisticated computer algorithm factored in as well, but yes, I do like that.
So not only do you like the bureaucracy of the playoff committee, but you are also cheering for the robots? AI for the robots over humanity?
No.
What has college football done to you?
We had this for 30 years. It was never a problem. It was great.
And now Notre Dame could just buy their way in.
Oh, yeah.
They buy their way in. Hey, listen, we're not in a conference. We're never joining the conference. If we're in the top 12, we're in the playoffs.
The bottom line
is... Money! Notre Dame is money. Newt Rockney. Money!
Liam,
shout out Notre Dame, you got the money.
Liam, I'll give you the final word here. What would you do with the schedule?
I don't know, man. I mean, January 25th is crazy.
It's crazy
to be playing a national championship game. You already said the juice gets extracted, but I don't know, like, everything Stu said was correct.
It's not even just about the juice. What if you're a player and week 11 you're like, I'm only halfway through? That's actually mentally and physically overwhelmingly absurd.
Well, we talked about roughness the other day. Imagine Kirby Smart.
All right, guys, more Wake Up Barstool coming up next. Don't go anywhere. FS1.
Don't move! Don't move!
Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here at FS1. T-Bob, Big T, Liam, and Stu Feiner here in the studio.
Hello, we love you.
Today.
We love you.
Yeah, we do love you guys.
We love you.
Guys having a great day out there.
We love you.
Okay?
Quickly, speaking of love.
Yes.
The NFL is all about love. You could say, why? Liam, why? Big T, why? T-Bob, why is the NFL all about love?
Why?
Do you know why? You don't know why.
I'm sorry, I don't know why.
Do you know why?
I don't.
Do you know why?
Is it because they put the thing in the back of the end zone, like hate or whatever?
No! Next year, Super Bowl on Valentine's Day. Mwah, 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 mwah. I love you. I love the NFL. I love my wife. Shout out, Sandy. I love every Valentine. So next year, you better be good to your loved one because you ain't seeing her on Valentine's Day. It's the Super Bowl.
That might create World War III.
Hey, listen.
That could be a disaster.
Hey, listen. Every day should be Valentine's Day to your loved one. I treat Sandy like a queen every day. Valentine's Day is amateur hour. It's for men who neglect their women all the time, and then one day out of the year, I'm great. Here's candy. Here's money. Here's food. Here's sex. No! Because next year, remember, Valentine's Day, no, canceled. It's the Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl.
He nailed it.
What time is it on my brick watch?
It's inarguable. I'm just trying
Brick
to
unofficial.
trying to recap
Everyone that
everything that I
buys
just
my
got hit
selections at
with.
StuFeiner.com. By the way, did you watch NC State SMU last night? One of the that was a great college basketball game. Shout out NC State 20-9 winner. StuFeiner.com.
Wait, so Stu, if next year's on Valentine's Day,
yes,
so the
I'm going to give
NFL's all
everyone a
about
brick watch.
love.
Shout out brick watch, free. Not really. Free from Dave Portnoy. He's got like 30,000 in some warehouse. Never selling them. Dave, give them for free.
Stu! 2035 is Super Bowl 69. What does that make the NFL?
Position.
Is that still about love?
I don't know. Love is love. Love is independent.
Of
love
position.
Love is a position you have to give yourself to someone unabated, to be vulnerable, to know that that individual, when you love someone, that you cannot live without that individual.
So it's like 69. That makes sense. Vulnerability, giving yourself over to one another.
Are we allowed?
I don't want to be canceled
everybody's
here.
together.
I'm going down a really steepy slope here. Please stop.
Just don't tear
I'm
your
doing
ACL.
good here. People
Like
love
Lindsey
me. I
Vonn.
see the people love me. They want me on every day. You're trying to get me off the show.
They're trying
You know,
to
hey,
get
you know what else people
Stop.
love?
get us out.
You know what
You're an
else?
evil person.
You know what else people
You act
love?
like a nice guy. You're evil.
Oh, wow.
No, you're
Too
evil.
real.
He
Too
is.
real.
He is.
Too real. It's
Big T, knock him out.
He's a communist, too.
Who would win steel cage? Big T or T-Bob?
Tie.
T
Big T.
Tie. It's a
Big
double
T's a
TKO.
Double KO.
Dueling uppercuts.
You know what else people
I
love?
want to ref that.
Super Bowl
In a
props.
thong. I'm renting it in a thong. T-Bob, Big T, steel cage. Shout out love. Don't cancel me.
So, Sam Darnold's passing prop. 231, guys. Over-under set at 231. What are we thinking?
Sounds like a lot, T-Bob. I don't know.
It does sound like a lot. Almost all of these offensive props, I'm feeling the under. But
No.
if there was one over, I would say Darnold.
Has to be over because the only way that Seattle's going to move the ball is to pass. New England is going to sell out to stop the run because God forbid Seattle can run. This game is a 40-point rout.
Yeah.
Seattle can never run the ball. Mike Vrabel knows that. I've watched like 11 interviews with him so far leading up to this. He specifically said, we are going to stop their run. They are not running the ball because how Seattle is that juggernaut is that they run the ball.
Well,
then you stock it and they pass. They go over the top.
It's actually quite a bit like New England in that regard. Like everything for New England's offense is predicated on them being able to run the ball. Seattle's best run defense in the league. I don't think New England's going to be able to run it as well. So do you think that, okay, so you maybe play the Sam Darnold over there. Drake May's at 230. Are you playing that over as well? I mean, they could be playing from
I would
behind.
play both over because
Okay.
I think their defenses are going to come into play inside the 20.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a very entertaining game going up and down the field, up and down the field, up and down the field. Then all of a sudden there's no points scored. It's field goal after field goal after field goal. So in my mind, that's how this game plays out. If there's no turnovers, let's say if Drake May doesn't throw a couple interceptions or fumbles or has like second-year rookie mistakes and chokes and Seattle just, it's 28-3 at the half.
That's maybe been the craziest thing to me about May recently is he was the best quarterback in the NFL when facing pressure this year. And
He's amazing.
Well, but the complete opposite has been true in the playoffs so far. And
It's the weather. I hate this. And NFL's played in the weather. For my money, it's the weather. We watched every New England game. My son, John Allen, my youngest, bets every prop every week on the Patriots. So we watch the Patriots like it's like the second coming of God, like it's like literally the Last Supper. He is amazing.
So I mean, his
phenomenal. He could have won the MVP of the league if they're not going to give it to the older man.
So if we think they're not going to run well, and by the way, May's legs probably going to be the biggest wild card factor in the Patriots offense here, maybe the key. Then we're all taking Liam, Kenneth Walker, 74 on the over-under. You think he's going to hit that?
Man, I'm just sitting here thinking about Jake Bobo one receiving.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot about our Jake Bobo one receiving yard yesterday.
I don't like. I'm not going to be betting these props for the vast majority of these players. Like, I think 74 is a pretty tough line either way for K-Walk. All he needs is one big-time explosive run, and he should get, and he's top 3 in explosive rush rate in the league. Is he going to get there? Like, New England
That's why
going to sell out against JSN and K-Walk.
But
I don't know.
That's why I kind of like Trayvon's at 20. And like I said, I don't see consistent rushing success, but I feel like I could see Henderson hitting one
He
big
could pop one. Yeah, he could pop
Not
one
for a
like
touchdown
40.
necessarily,
Even
Stu.
in the fourth quarter in mop-up time or something.
What about Drake May, 40 rush yards, over under?
It's at 40.
I'm
That's
not taking 40.
insane.
I'm not taking 40
That is
for a quarterback
crazy
at
high.
plus
Okay, so we like the under there.
Well, I've got-
I don't like
I'm
the
going
play.
Are
I
you
have
going
a bet-
over? Oh, wow.
I have a
Because
bet
it's so
that I
crazy.
love.
What is it?
I think it was plus 150, might have been plus 140. It's Drake May 50 rushing yards or a 50-yard completion.
Okay, plus
And what, plus 150?
I think so, yeah.
Keyshawn Booty, that's one of the receiving props that I like. He's at 32. I mean,
I would take that up.
I think I would go over. After seeing him have that catch against Derek Stingley on that stage, more friendly weather now, like I think Keyshawn, I think he'll come up with at least one explosive play. How about JSN, best receiver in the league? Really just him and Puka Nacua battling for that title. You hear people talk about this guy, how otherworldly his route running in. Over-under set at 100 for JSN.
That's so many yards.
yeah.
See, my mind, like right now, like I'm going to give out 10 props that people are going to pay me, close to $100,000 for. I'm going to pick them Sunday at 1:30. But right now, my mind is points. Everything going over. We have like the most entertaining Super Bowl ever, 49-45 type thing.
With
So
these defenses.
So right now, I don't care about the defenses because it's all heart, it's all energy, it's all fun. It's not like betting. I'm right here, Stu Feiner, entertainer. This is performative. So I want points. I want to have fun. I'm not technically going down to that. That's why you pay me at stufiner.com Sunday. But I would like this to go over.
So you're just purposely misleading everyone right now.
Not misleading.
So
Wednesday.
So they pay for the
It's
picks come
Wednesday.
Sunday.
Wednesday, February 4th, I like over everything.
Guys.
Sunday, February 8th, that's for the money. Today's for show. Sunday's for the money.
What did we learn? The NFL is love, 69ers reciprocal, and Kenneth Walker's going under. More wake
We
up
love
to
you.
close hour.
We're over.
I started giving my dog probiotics. He survived. He's healthy now. He's thriving.
See, I'm going to go buy him.
I wonder about the dogs at last night's 150th Westminster Dog Show. The dog show of all dog shows.
Shout out Penny the
Fox.
Doberman.
And shout out Penny the Doberman taking home title number 150. Look at this beautiful pup right here. Here we go. Penny, look how
Penny,
excited she
what?
is. Look at the crowd, dude. The crowd is wild.
On their feet.
No, who's the big white dog?
Not good enough.
That dog should have won.
Not good enough, Liam.
Look at that fluff
Hug it
ball.
out.
Just
Look
'cause
at that. Look at that dog.
Just because your biases lead you to preferring the overly hirsute dogs, it is the Doberman.
What?
Takes it home in the
Look
end.
at that dog in the back.
That's
Oh,
a
is that
good looking
second place?
dog,
That's a
Miss Fincher.
beautiful.
Look how gorgeous that dog is.
This might have been a robbery.
I don't think I realized Westminster was black tie.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're
So the crowd is packed
they're
and
so stuffy.
and everybody's
most
in tuxes?
pretentious people in the world.
Guys, can we see Penny before we run out of time in this segment? We gotta get eyes on Penny. No,
Wait.
that's a beautiful dog as well, but that's not Penny.
I don't like any of these dogs.
You don't like
Did
any of
did you
these
see
dogs, T.
I like
That's
any dog.
Penny. That's Penny.
I know, but I want a good shot of Penny. I want Penny on the stage. I can't tell why Penny won just watching her celebrate there and then be covered up by Fluff McGuff over there.
I need the name of Fluff McGuff.
It's
That's
Fluff
the best dog.
Shout
Look
out
at that
Penny.
dog.
There she is. Ah, look at her. She's a pretty girl.
Oh, is that a good looking dog?
Yeah. Westminster Dog Show.
Shout out.
There it is.
I feel
Shout out
robbed.
Penny, dude. Look, we still got to get to Liam's Waste Management open picks. He's going to help you get ready for the weekend. And also, we'll probably just appreciate how absurd Stu Feiner's best friend, Scotty Scheffler, is right now. Talk Super Bowl parties. You got Chase
On a
Daniel.
new
Don't
level.
go anywhere. More Wake Up Barstool. Hour number 2 on the other side of this break.
Scotty.
your alarm, Stu.
Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1, hour number 2. No Connor Griffin this week, so unfortunately no Griffin's announced. So
Shout out, Connor. We love you.
yeah, shout out Connor.
We
indeed.
love you, Connor. We love you.
I would do a quick Griffin. You know who's Griffin right now? Milton Williams. I've been thinking a lot about, because the defense are going to decide this game, and obviously I've talked a lot of Seahawks defense. I can continue to talk Seahawks defense. Pat Stevens has been awesome as well. It's all based on that D-line. K'Lavon Chaison's revolutionized his career this year. Christian Barmore's been fantastic. But how about Milton Williams? I just want to highlight him real quick going into this game, because remember what he did on this stage last year with the Eagles when they took home that trophy? 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 4 tackles. He was a game wrecker. And like Stu said, all the big money, all the sharps, they're all hammering Seattle here. So how do you create an upset that people don't see with a guy just having an otherworldly performance? And Milton Williams could literally have the opportunity to write himself into Super Bowl history if he were to put together another performance like that and join that very weird club of players that have won back-to-back Super Bowls with 2 different teams.
Griff out. Flag football refs.
Flag football what?
Refs.
Yeah, real quick here. What's the problem with the flag football ref from Barstool After Dark last night? And then I'll give you another hint.
Oh, if you watched it, if you saw that ref, that head referee at the Barstool After Dark Bowl, you would know it was one of the all-time great robberies, time after time after time. I love Ebo. Ebo's one of my best friends in the whole wide universe. Fumbled before he entered the end zone. Fumbled before he crossed the plane.
Are you just carrying water for Dave Portnoy here, Liam?
No. Genuinely, dude, there were so many bad calls every which way. There's a call at the end of the game where they were throwing the ball downfield like on purpose. Just they were up on their own 1 yard line. They didn't want to take a safety. The ref calls it an illegal forward pass in the safety, but it wasn't in the end zone. And everyone there had to tell the ref, "You're wrong."
Look at how fat everyone's.
And then the ref realized he was wrong. This isn't like a one thing or another. Every call they could have made was wrong.
Nothing gets Dave more pissed than when a referee is just incompetent.
Yeah, and
he almost lost his mind.
He did.
I felt bad for him, and I never feel bad for him. I almost felt bad for him. It was terrible. Wait, by the way, how about Mincy's one-handed catch?
Mincy's
Yeah,
one-handed
do we have
catch.
that actually?
That is
I wasn't expecting to
unbelievable.
go here, but we might as well highlight our guy.
Besides a donut or a baguette, he can't catch anything. What is the deal with that fat pig?
Look at him
I don't
here.
know how he
rolling
made that
right,
catch.
one-handed, corner of the end zone.
I want to show you how great it was. Look at Brandon Walker.
I was going to say, that's the craziest part about
Hates
this.
Mincy. If Mincy died, he wouldn't even go to his funeral. Watch Brandon Walker hug it out with him. It's one of the most beautiful things ever. Look at this. Look at that. That's proof that Brandon Walker is performative. He does not hate Mince. He loves Mince. He might want Mince.
You know what that's
Whoa.
proof of? You know what that's proof of, Stu? Football is love.
Football is love.
Shout out
Mississippi-
love.
That's Mississippi State and Ole Miss hugging one another
together.
in an
Brothering.
embrace of brotherhood.
Brothering.
And love.
Well, and LSU and Tulane and
Well, okay, relax.
Louisiana Lafayette.
I
Louisiana
want to give a
Monroe.
shout out to Ebo Samuel, Tim Ebo on winning MVP.
Anyway, so another in for this weekend would be Super Bowl parties. And I don't know if there's a better person to break down Super Bowl parties with than our own Stu Feiner. He's got an expected guest list of 150. We've got barbecue on the docket. We've got Mexican on the docket. I mean, Big T, how could you not love a great Super Bowl party?
I'll tell you why. So the Super Bowl party as an entity, it fits the Super Bowl well. The Super Bowl is a spectacle. It's not about football. It's about casual viewing. It's about American culture. And so the Super Bowl party reflects that well. It's people who don't watch football the whole season, and February rolls around. By the way, when we talk about the college football schedule, we never talk about the NFL playing football in February for whatever reason. I don't know.
Well, because it never has the gaps as much. It maintains
Yeah, but
its
but
rhythm.
it's ridiculous that these teams play 21 football games. Regardless, separate conversation.
You ready for 22?
So these people, they don't watch football. They're like, hey, come over to our house. We're going to have 7 dips and we're going to have sheets that you fill out with what commercial was your favorite.
Oh, those games are fun though, T.
No, they're not. And
They're so fun.
And it's a
like
night.
those.
I love them. The bingo, where you play bingo
For
with
those
the
of
commercials.
us who want to watch football, people are talking. Their attention is here, there, and everywhere other than on the football game going on, and it's a real nightmare, to be honest with you. And depending on, and you go to one of these things, and they. And maybe they have good food and that can offset it a little bit, but you go to one where they don't even have good food and now you're really up a creek without a paddle. And people are just, oh, how was Sunday school? What have you been doing this week? It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare.
Okay, so I want to bring Stu in here because you watch everything. You're as locked in and dialed as anybody in the entire country for the game itself. So how do you handle that at your party with all these distractions?
16 TVs.
Would that be better for you, T?
8 clean bathrooms. So when you want to poop,
Yeah.
somebody's
That's
actually that is under discussed. It's a
knocking
great
on the
point.
door.
It's a great
you
point,
can
Stu.
poop at my house, and it smells like buttermilk pancakes and morning dew day because I have like these $500 incense things. That the minute it's
$500 incense.
How
Stu?
about this? How about this? It's regulated that when it smells a poopy, it goes. And it blows like a puff of beautiful evanescence air into your house. Can I ask something?
Yeah.
Do you have is there any humanity in that luscious, gorgeous body of yours? Are you a human being or are you cold as ice?
No.
What are you talking about? What world do you live in? For one day, the biggest day of the year, the Super Bowl, you can't drop your guard, show that you're vulnerable, show that you're human, and hug it out with people that you're only going to possibly see one day a year. You can't share gut level about. Can you ever be nice? Do you always have to be a critic? Does something always bother you? It's the Super Bowl!
Stu,
Are you American? You're not even American! You said your family came over on the
Mayflower, the Mayflower.
Mayflower.
That's right.
You arrogant, condescending P-word.
Be careful. Be careful. Stu, you brought up a great point. You said people that you may not see any other day of the year. Is that who you want to be watching the Super Bowl with?
Yeah, it's a loved one.
It's like going to a wedding.
It's like Christmas.
I don't like going to weddings.
Obviously, I wish I could have bet on that.
Well, I do want to.
I want to share good love. Let's get back on point.
Well, hold on, real quick.
Go.
I want to give T.
Go.
Speaking of weddings, he pulled off quite the coup yesterday. Congratulations,
I pulled
T.
off a heist.
Let me
Listen
hear.
to this.
Okay.
I can say this. I think.
Is this
I think, right?
I convinced.
If you can't, dude, you can.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I convinced all the power brokers involved that instead of having a rehearsal dinner the night before my wedding, we needed to buy 32 tickets to the Braves-White Sox game.
Look at that,
So
dude.
that's where we're going to be.
Look at that, dude. Instead of rehearsal dinner, now getting to go watch his
Stu's
favorite
getting
team
pissed.
play baseball live. I love it. I love it.
When's the wedding?
The day after the Braves are here playing the White Sox. It's in June.
Okay. Am I getting invited?
Do you want to?
Me and Sandy? Absolutely.
Okay.
The man's all
you're
about
invited.
love, T.
I'm all about wedding. I'm all about camaraderie, parties.
Yeah, you're invited.
Thank you. It's
All
an
right,
honor.
Stu. So what's the?
So I feel the Super Bowl is a once-a-year event that the food has to be elite. It's like, it's like going to the Grammys. It's like going to the Academy Awards. It's a once-a-year event that people look forward to.
Yeah.
If you get an invite to go to an amazing Super Bowl party, I think that's the greatest thing in the world. And again, like I told you, we start at 10 a.m. We're going to have 6 bagels. We're going to have your cream cheese. We're going to have your whitefish salad. We're going to have your lox. We're going to have
love a lox
scallion
bar.
cream cheese. We're going to have bacon. I'm talking trays of crisp bacon that you smell, and you don't even care about the football game. You just want to eat the bacon. You're going to have sausage. You're going to have muffins. And then you go directly into the greatest nachos. I'm talking homemade nachos that you would die for, that you would just absolutely die for. Then you go into your barbecue, where you have your ribs, you have your steak,
Some brisket?
you have your chicken. No brisket. You have your chicken.
Oh, wow.
You have your sausage. Then you have fried chicken.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
chicken.
I mean, now
you have crispy French fries.
Oh, yeah.
And then certain people that are weird, that are like vegan, we go veggies. You know, we get them from a Chinese
do
restaurant.
they just get the stock veggie tray? Oh, no,
I'm
even
gonna go
nice
to a Chinese
veggies.
restaurant, the Orient, the best Chinese food in the world, and they come with 3 trays of incredible,
say that anymore.
incredible veggies. Unbelievable veggies. And then we go with the black bean sauce. And then you go your heroes. You go your Italian heroes. You go your American heroes. And then you just eat until you puke. It's like you're at a Greek event where I have spittoons where you just can go,
It's
and
like
I have
they
the
did in
goggle.
Capitol in Hunger Games.
And you're back at it. And that's how you do it. And you do it all day. And we're going to have like 6 kegs. And then we're going to have other accoutrements I will not share. And it's just going to be the greatest party ever. So here's my point. The game doesn't even matter to 80% of the people there.
That's true, yes.
So that's why I have 16 TVs. There will be...
I would like to come to your Super Bowl party one year, Stu.
Exactly.
That's what I would like.
I would as well.
It will be, and listen, in the elite room that we're in, that is just for life or death people, there are no people who don't care.
As long as
There are
all
no
know
people
it.
talking about, hey, tomorrow I got school, my daughter's
If there's
wearing
one
a
of
skirt,
those, I'd
you
love
know.
to be there.
All right. Well, Stu, thank you for the invite. I mean, you're talking about Big T being invited to the wedding. I don't remember getting invited to the party, but that's
You
fine.
listen, you have an unconditional
what?
invite
Coming
to
up-
anything
coming
I
up
ever do in
next.
my life.
Coming up next.
In my life.
We got Chase Daniel.
Don't
He's going
step
to
on
break
me.
down the game. Chase Daniel next here in Whoop.
Dessert?
Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. So I know earlier in the show I made a impassioned rant about how you don't have to have played the game to know the game. Look at Mike McDonald. But you know what? If you did play the game at the highest level for a long time, most important position, you also tend to know the game very well. And well, we have one of the absolute best on right now. It's my guy Chase Daniel. Welcome to Wub, Chase. I've had you on Snaps before. My radio show. It's a ton of fun to now welcome you into Wub here on FS1. Again, check out the Scoop City podcast. Him and another great friend of the show, Diana Rossini, do a great job there. And then Chase's YouTube, guys. If you want to educate yourself on the game of football, at Chase Daniel Official, it's him breaking down film, teaching you concepts, educating you on the game. Chase, what's up, baby? How we doing today?
We love you, Chase. We
going, man?
love you. We love you.
Stu, I love you too, man. I was listening to your segment, and at 6 a.m. West Coast time in California, man, I want some nachos. I want some locks plate. Your Super Bowl party checklist was awesome.
It's probably the greatest
Thank you.
Super Bowl party that I've ever heard of. But look, if there's one thing Stu does nothing halfway, right? He is always hitting the whole
All
full
in.
steam. And these teams this year, they're all in, Chase. The more I think about this game, the more elements I like for the Seattle Seahawks in terms of complete team, in terms of this defense, are unbelievable. So I'll task you with this first question off the bat. Do you see it the same? If you don't, feel free to say so. But what is New England's path to affecting an upset as 4.5-point dogs?
Yeah, I mean, look, you hit it right. The Seahawks, to me, are the most complete team, 1 through 52. I really, truly believe that. Now, you take the coaching edge. I think McDonald and I think Vrabel, they're head-to-head. The Seahawks are so good defensively. That's what I'm a little bit worried about going into this game. Can the Patriots actually score enough points to match that Seahawks Clint Kubiak offense, which we're going to get, for one more week here in the Super Bowl? But how does Josh McDaniels handle early game and early down play calling? Means on first and second down, there's been a lot of talk about Drake May and his shoulder. I went back and watched a ton of Drake May film when his shoulder got hurt, when maybe it didn't get hurt. To me, it looks fine, but they're going to be able to tell you a lot about how this Patriots team will do early in the game. Does he throw it early? Do they run it? I think they have to sort of keep these long drives going, right, for the Patriots and wear down this Seattle defense. Seattle plays a lot of too high safety look, right? So if you play too high safety look, what do you have to do? You have to run the football. And I think the Patriots are going to have to do that. I think obviously the key really to this entire playoff run for the Patriots has been Drake May's legs. I'm not a betting man, but I would bet the over on rushing yards for Drake May because he has such a unique ability to step up and away from pressure. That offensive line, the interior of that offensive line, specifically the left side of the Patriots offensive line, 2 rookies, left guard, left tackle, centers hit or miss at times, and Seahawks can pressure you. So they have to handle that well, and they have to score. I mean, I feel like this is going to be a higher scoring game than a lot of people think.
Chase, so I'm gonna again task you with kind of a tough assignment here because I'm gonna try to get you to maybe boil down an advanced answer into something that we could understand. Like when I look at the Seahawks defense and read about them, watching them, you mentioned them playing a lot of too high. It feels like their greatest strength is that they play kind of what could be considered traditionally to be pass-stopping schemes out of pass-stopping personnel packages, and yet they remain elite against the run. So how are they able to bridge that gap? Like how are they able to run so much nickel, play too high, and yet still be the most effective run defense in the NFL?
Yeah, without nerding out, I mean, I think that's something that Mike McDonald went and looked at his film from last year and said, hey, this is something that I want to do. I want to play a lot of too high safety look. So people at home and maybe you guys, if you're playing a lot of too high safety look, there's a box, right, that goes tackle to tackle, and there's only 6 guys in that box. Well, if you have a tight end and you have a running back and you have a receiver, or a quarterback, excuse me, that's 8 in the box. They're able to stop the run with 6 defensive guys in the box versus 7 offensive guys at times if you're adding tight end and running back. And I think that's why it's been so successful is because these safeties, they're playing deep, right? And it's not this traditional, like just straight up quarters look. There's a lot of half field safety in it. Well, the nickel is able to fill that extra gap. And sometimes when you play those gap heavy schemes, there is an extra gap. I think that the Patriots need to get big, which means, hey, let's go 2 tight ends, 2 backs. Let's go 3 tight ends, 1 back. These heavy personnel and extra offensive linemen, and they have to run the football until they get them out of this too high safety look. Then when that happens, look for Pop Douglas, Stephon Diggs, booty deep. I do think they have to take their shots deep at times. It's just so difficult. Because when you play a too high safety look like the Seahawks do, you have to be able on passing downs to get pressure. And the Seahawks do that really well and hit the quarterback really well.
Chase, you do a really great job breaking down film. Obviously, your job for a long time. And you talk about these things like too high safeties and quarters and half field. I obviously know what all that means because I'm an elite mind. But for like a lot of football fans, even when you hear cover 3, they're like, I'm familiar with what that means, but like 90% of people who watch football on a regular basis don't really know what that looks like, let alone people just watching the Super Bowl. If you had to pick one thing schematically in general or specifically in this game for people to look at that you could show them like, hey, here's what's going on when Seattle or New England does this, what is that?
That's a great question. I think this game ultimately, like I was able to play. Well, I didn't play. I was on the sideline for a Super Bowl in 2009 as a rookie year. So when I go my rookie year, I was third. I dressed. I was behind Brunell and obviously Drew Brees. We won that game, and Sean Payton had so long to prepare for that game. Right, he's one of the greatest offensive minds, I think, and we had an amazing offense that year. Do you know what his very first play of the game was? And it was because of how like big this game is and how a little bit like you want to work your guys in. It was fullback dive.
Damn.
So it comes down to players, not plays. And I just think you look at the team right on offense and defense, and people at home just needs to look who's better, like who just looks better, who looks smoother, who looks that. And I think that to me in this game is going to be matchups outside for both teams, right? You know, Jackson Smith and Jigma is one of the best receivers in all of football for Seattle. How does Mike Vrabel and the Patriots take him away? Well, Christian Gonzalez is one of the best corners. But Christian Gonzalez doesn't travel, which means he doesn't go with JSN. So JSN moves all over the block. But I think that's something you look is like, hey, it's going to take a full half for both of these quarterbacks who have never played in the Super Bowl to sort of get their footing under them. And then all of a sudden, you know, you have 2 weeks build up, all that stuff. It just becomes about football. And I think you're going to learn a lot about this game in the second half.
Hey, Chase. Self-proclaimed cool guy Liam Bluttman here. I want to go swerve off the beaten path a bit and talk about that Super Bowl that you played in for a different reason. Wearing the white jersey. How important is that? I just want to know more about that. Like, who's fiending over needing to wear this white uniform, and is it actually as important as franchises make it out to believe?
I don't think it's as important as some people
That's tough.
would believe. However, you know, when we played, I will say that Sean Payton, like the thing that makes him great, not only his offensive mind, he's got his hand, man, on every little part of the organization. And he's the one, hey, let's wear the white jerseys, but not the black socks. Let's wear the white socks if we can. Are we going to get fined? It's okay. I'll pay the fine. All right. What food are we serving? What he is such an OCD type dude. Like, and I think a lot of these coaches are, where you're just constantly like little small details trying to fine tune it. Like he would bring, like we had in New Orleans. I don't know if guys have ever been, but if you've ever been to Drago's Oysters, Drago's Oysters are charbroiled oysters. They're awesome. He would have brought in every Friday when we were at home. He would have this huge truck and this huge grill, and they would charbroil oysters, and we would have it Friday after practice. He brought that to the Super Bowl. And so he wanted everything to be the same, every day to be the same. And I think coaches with the white jerseys, I think they're doing that too. They probably feel like they look better. Although the big uglies, T-Bob, I don't know. I mean, like if you're fat, you're fat. This is a long season. It might show a little bit more.
Well, it makes you fatter, but it makes you bigger. So like I always like that, right?
Bigger.
You don't look at it as more athletic, but you look bigger, which is I think does come into play on the field a little bit. What about Sam Darnold, Chase? Obviously, as a quarterback with your own experience, I'm sure you feel a sort of kinship with Darnold. I mean, here's a guy who we pronounced dead in the water, and then even after he had success, we had 2 bad games last year to end the year, and everybody was scared of him. Schneider and the Seahawks were not. How do you feel about the form of Darnold and kind of his story entering Sunday?
I love his story. I mean, when he said, I'm seeing ghosts, I thought there was no coming back from that, right?
Yeah.
And I just think he's been able to play so well. And I think it starts from his time back in San Francisco, backing up behind Brock Purdy, and then he gets his chance last year with Kevin O'Connell. And is Kwesi, the GM for the Vikings, is he with them? I think in large part because he didn't re-sign Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones. It's all about having a quarterback. Look, I understand what people are like, oh, he turns back into a pumpkin for these last 2 games of last year. But when you watch him this year and you watch him with Clint Kubiak and the weapons that they've had around him, and I really like Shaheed, the midseason addition from the Saints, the speed guy outside, he's just played excellent. And even, you know, for me, I'm a little bit surprised with how well he's been able to handle pressure, because I think if you look and you go back to those 2 Minnesota Viking games you were talking about last year, when he got hit, he did turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah.
And when you hit him early, that's what he did. This year, not so much. He's been able to not only use his legs to get outside of the pocket to make plays down the field, but he's able to really settle in. And I think this is still the key to the game. I think the Seahawks interior offensive line versus Milton Williams, who's an absolute beast, $100 million defensive tackle for the New England Patriots. That's another key matchup I'm going to watch. How quickly does Sam Darnold need to get the ball out? Does he get hit early? Because if I still think if he gets hit early, it affects you. It affects the psyche of a quarterback.
Stu?
Well, the main thing I wanted to ask is this. First of all, when you got your ring, being a Super Bowl champion on the sideline, when you came out of the first half and Sean Payton opts to onside kick, did everybody on the team know that? Is that like super silent? Does he randomly just call it on the fly? Or did he have a meeting? Hey, listen, guys, we're coming out of the half. We're going to onside kick. We're going to get the kick. Drew's going to score. We're going to put this game away. We're going to put Peyton Manning in his grave. Or were you just like, oh, my God, I can't believe that Sean Payton called that and it was successful?
So, I mean, obviously, as a third-string quarterback, you get into like what's happening. Like, so I personally had no idea, but I was actually. That's so funny you asked about this. It's one of the greatest moments I think in Super Bowl history.
Absolutely.
Is because I was watching something on this, and Sean Payton mic'd up, and he's talking to the refs before the game. Hey, we're doing this. And at the end of when he comes into halftime, I guess I wasn't there. I guess I was going to the bathroom. He's like, "We're doing ambush." and I heard like everyone scream like, yeah, like it's just one of those things where Thomas More said he's a rookie, by the way. He's still playing.
Oh, wow.
It's unbelievable. He's my class.
Then.
He was a rookie. Okay. And he was kickoff specialist, but really he was the punter. So he didn't do field goals. He was just kickoff specialist. I remember seeing this type of onside kick since preseason. He had been practicing this onside kick since preseason. It didn't go quite as planned, but I'm telling you, there were some times, and the whole team would watch because Sean wanted pressure on him. Is if you have a football, right? It was spinning like a top, guys. It was spinning like a top, and it was supposed to go 10 yards and spin back. And I've seen it in practice where it spins to 10 and it spins back 5 yards, and it's the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. And on the game, it didn't quite go that way, but we were able to get on it. But I'm getting chills right now on it because Sean is just such a almost like borderline cocky coach. And he's like, we're going to get this no matter what. But he'd been saving it since preseason of that year to finally get it. And that was definitely the catalyst for us for sure.
Yeah, because I've been to like 16 Super Bowls in person. It's the greatest game in the world. So exciting. That game, I was watching it on TV. And just like you said, chills went through my body. I was so shocked. So stunned, because sometimes out of the half, people are lackadaisical. They're going to the bathroom, they're eating something. Something's not going to happen on the kickoff that's going to be critical. Yeah. And really that, set the tone for the rest of the game. We were like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And they got it. They got it. And you just see Sean Payton like cocky, just like you saw. It was just like such an amazing just moment for him, for you, for the team.
Chase,
and it really set the tone.
Chase, how about this? Yeah, for sure. So Liam's been asking a great question all week long to a lot of our guests concerning kind of maybe the hidden X factor in the game. Who's your hidden X factor?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of talked about it, about what I thought the Seahawks would need to do with moving Jackson Smith and Jigba around. And I think that's an easy answer, but I think that's a lazy answer. I think the X factor, not only in the game, but during the whole week for the Seahawks will be Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's been there. He's done it. He knows what to expect in Super Bowls. And I just don't think there's any way that a Mike Vrabel-led team, specifically on defense, will allow their number one receiver in Jackson Smith and Jigba to beat him. Obviously, here's some clips of Cooper Kupp. I thought Cooper, and this is the touchdown, I love this. He's really good in the red zone. He's really good on third down. He's a possession-type receiver. There's a lot of zone coverage being played by the Patriots, which means they're not man. They're just all eyes on the quarterback. So a lot of short intermediate throws to start. I do think he makes a big play, might score a touchdown to help win.
Chase, as we talk about that same Super Bowl, I do have to once again thank you. I know we talked about it in the past, but y'all may not know, but Chase kept Drew Brees alive on the Super Bowl parade float afterwards, in which Brees' Drew was having a great time. Man. And Chase, as the rookie, was it your job to make sure that Drew didn't fall off?
That's a great story, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I know we've talked about it before. So a lot of people don't understand, like, when you win a Super Bowl, a lot of people understand this. You get a parade, and the parade is great. I wasn't sure what to expect with the parade because it's my rookie year. I'm like, okay. So anyway, we go, and I think it's like the next Monday or whatever. We have the parade, but we're on Mardi Gras floats, okay? And we're on, which is a huge deal in New Orleans to be able to ride on these Mardi Gras floats because it was the week before Mardi Gras. And so we're doing the parade, and we get this parade route, and we're like, oh, we're going to be on the parade route for like an hour. Then let's go to a bar and have a good time. I mean, to tell you, like, we're in the warehouse where they store all the
Mardi Gras
all
World.
The floats.
Yeah.
And we're at yes, exactly. We're in Mardi Gras World, and we're getting ready. It's a little chilly, and everyone's got beers and all sorts of stuff. And so we're having a good time. We get on the float. We're like, oh, we're going to be home in an hour. I kid you not, dude, this float goes at least 6 hours. I mean, we're on this thing for like 6 hours. So you can imagine fans in the stand, or fans on the, like, there was packed, throwing you all sorts of booze, like anything you could possibly want. And obviously everyone's like relaxing. So we're like hour 3 or hour 4. And I don't know if we have a picture or not, but go look it up. This float is the offensive linemen plus the quarterbacks. The quarterbacks were Mark Brunell, me, and Drew. And on this float, it's a double level, but at the end, it's almost like a chair or a throne that Drew was pretty much standing on. So if I'm standing on the bottom level of the float, I mean, Drew's midsection is here and his head is all above, right? You can't see it, you're off camera. And all of a sudden, you see him sort of wobbling, you see him sort of doing all this, you see him do that. And I swear to you, it's so loud. Mark Brunell comes up to me, he's like, "Rookie, you are in charge of Drew. If Drew falls, it's going to be all over the national news. Had one too many. If you let him fall, you're dead." And so I'm like, "Yes, sir. Like, you got it." So literally, I don't enjoy the parade anymore. My whole thing's like, "Don't let Drew Brees die." And so there's plenty of pictures of me just holding on to Drew, like, "Please don't die, bro." But anyway, he's like throwing beads. That's a good story, dude.
Oh, it was fantastic. There it is right there. Dude. Look at
Yes.
Chase
And so
live.
look at me. I'm looking down. I'm like, okay, I got to get my mind right. What are we doing? And at the end of the parade, it's just me holding on. I mean, I promise you, I'm holding on to his side because there he is, like on like a chair. It's unbelievable.
And look, you did your job. Drew survived, and he went on to bring the people of New Orleans many, many more great memories as time went on. Also, great thing about these floats too, they got bathrooms built in.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, they got bathrooms built in.
I literally was going to ask that.
Yeah.
Is there a bathroom?
Yeah,
Because
you pop
I'm
under, you go
Oh
pee,
my
you
God,
keep
Chase, I'm
going.
65. How it works right now is the only thing in my life that matters is my wife, my dog, and a bathroom. So in other words, everywhere I go, where's the bathroom? Oh, take an Uber. We got to stop for the bathroom. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
thank God.
these
there's a bathroom.
floats, Stu, you would be like a fish to water on one of these Mardi Gras floats. We got to get Stu on one day. Chase, all right, final question here. Prediction for the game. You've broken it all down. How do you think this thing plays out?
I think a lot of people are thinking it might be a low-scoring game. I could see that. I tend to believe that there's going to be a special teams or a defensive touchdown, and then at the end it gets a little bit crazy. I got Seahawks winning 31-21. I think the hard thing for me was like, how are the Patriots going to get 21 points? Because I just think the Seahawks defense is that good. But maybe a special teams touchdown or something like that. But I got the Seahawks winning 31-21.
There you go. Chase Daniel guy. Again, at Chase Daniel Official is the YouTube channel. Closing in on 200,000 subscribers there. So go check it out. Join the Army. Check out the Scoop City podcast on Through the Athletic with him and Diana Rossini. Chase, thank you so much, man. You have an excellent day.
We love you, Chase.
Thanks,
we love you.
Appreciate you.
Excellent insight from Chase Daniel.
What a guy.
One of the all-time.
All that told me is Marcus Jones is still scoring.
So not Shaheed.
No, I'm all in on Marcus Jones.
Shout out Marcus Jones.
Marcus Jones and Bobo. Nobody.
Bobo, baby. 1 yard.
Liam does.
1 yard.
All right, coming up next, guys. Remember, we got Ask Wub coming up at the end of the show as well. Get on Twitter, hashtag Ask Wub. More Wake Up on the other side. Tonight on FS1, it's a college hoops triple header, guys. First at 7 Eastern, UCF takes on 8th-ranked Houston. Then at 9, number 16, BYU battles Oklahoma State. And to cap the night off at 11, it's Utah State, New Mexico, and it's all tonight on FS1.
Watch out for the Central Florida Knights.
Really?
I don't think they're going to win, but that spread's too big.
I've seen them pick up two pretty important wins this season. Texas Tech and what was the other one? Kansas?
Did they beat Kansas? They're a solid team. They're a good team.
I'm so checked out.
Shout out the Golden Knights. Liam, you kind of dove into that, but then immediately kind of started panicking on the dive. You're like, oh, wait.
Because I know they beat Texas Tech. I don't know who the other one was against. I think it was Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah. The college basketball brain ain't sharp like it
They're a
used
good
to
team.
be.
Okay,
I'm an honest
now,
man.
something that you may feel a little bit sharper on. Let's talk a little Waste Management Open real quick here. And I think the conversation starts, as all golf conversations do, with Scotty Scheffler. And here he enters the Waste Management Open as a plus 225. So essentially 2-1. And the element to highlight here is that's absurd. And like we talked about the break, it's justified, but it is absurd. I mean, we are seeing a level of dominance as great as Tiger or any other in golf history when you consider this guy's entering a tournament with over 100 of the best players in the entire world, and yet he's a 2-1 favorite to win.
Scotty Scheffler is the most frightening human being on earth. He doesn't look like it, but he sure is. He's a good friend of Stu. He's deep down a goofy goober, and I don't want to ever go to war with Scotty Scheffler, which is why we bet on the without Scotty Scheffler market. Scotty Scheffler will not ruin my Sunday. He will not ruin your Sunday. You know, if Scotty Scheffler shot 34 under and beat my guy who shot 33 under, we'd all be pretty upset. So no messing around with Scotty. He's an enigma. The picks for me, Ben Griffin. If it wasn't for Scotty Scheffler, Ben Griffin would be talked about more as one of the premier golfers on the planet. He's been exactly that for the last year. Ben Griffin started taking creatine, I think went to a plant-based diet. He got the aviator shades on. He's figured it out. And since then, he's been driving the ball better, really picking up. Ben Griffin is the pick here. Sahith Theegala. In 2022, he had a late lead in this tournament. He finished 15 under. He finished in a tie for third place. He had a great result in 2022, bad in 2023, good again in 2024. I think T5, and then 2025 didn't perform well. So the alternative years thing here, let's roll with Sahith. He's played pretty well the last few weeks. Matt Fitzpatrick has played very well since, I want to say, Rocket Mortgage tournament. He's really coming in form, just won on DP World Tour as well. We'll take Matt Fitzpatrick. Pearson Cootie's going to be a guy who's going to keep rising. Elite driver, elite tee to green. We're going to take Pearson Cootie. He's not going to be available at odds like this much longer. This is one of the premier up-and-comers in the golf game. And then Marco Penji, I believe that's how you say his name, an Englishman. We're going to take as a long shot. I don't know too much about him, but I know people are very, very fond of his game, and he's just coming over from DP, so we'll see how he does taking a long shot there. Those are my golf picks. I love this tournament. This is the first golf tournament I ever bet. In 2022, Scotty Scheffler 18-1. I've been in contention every single Sunday. I want to be in contention again, but I want to win again.
There you go. Liam Bluttman getting you right.
That was phenomenal.
and he
Very
played-
articulate. He lunged that. I mean, you could work for StuFeiner.com, StuFeiner.com, StuFeiner.com.
Would you would you leave Dave to work for
He might
Stu,
be my
Liam?
golf guy.
I don't know if I'd ever leave.
Nah, I mean, listen, well, I would pay him double or triple what he's making, but he loves Barstool.
It ain't about
He's
the
a
money.
company man. It's not about the money. He's
Listen,
a company
it's a cult
man.
here,
Stu.
and Liam's the head of the cult. Let's
We
not.
are kind of cultish, aren't we?
I mean, as far as Scotty Scheffler being such a big prohibitive favorite, it is justified because if he's on his A game or even his B plus game, everybody else could be on their A plus game. They're not winning. He literally is the hardest worker on the course. He's dedicated to his craft. You know, he loves his wife Meredith. He loves his son Bennett.
Yeah, he's got
pray
dad
to
power
God
now,
that
dude.
they have a second child. Name them after Stu. So it would be Scotty, Meredith, Bennett, and Stewie Scheffler.
Little Stu.
And then also,
Stewie Scheffler's
we will
so
be
good.
hugging it out at the second major in Philadelphia, the PGA, because I'm going to that event because now that I'm the voice of the Ryder Cup,
That's so
I
great.
have carte blanche to every major tournament. Matter of fact, every golf course in the country, I walk on, they go, oh, you're Stu Feiner. Whatever you want, carte blanche. I'm probably going to be golfing in the par 3 with all the pros leading up to the PGA. And, you know me, I'm
But Stu, you don't golf.
I'm a 157
Figure it out.
golfer on Bethpage Black. Don't make fun of me. I don't cheat. And Scotty respected that. So I'm going to have to buy a golf simulator and start golfing.
So, Stu,
Yes.
would little Bennett Scheffler, would he want to welcome another like brother or sister into the family, though? Bennett is arguably the most successful PGA golfer of all time by way of Scotty. The guy has never lost, the little fella. He's never lost. Think of how much money Bennett has made since he's come into the
Scotty's
pro.
been locked in since he became a dad.
Here's what I could say. When Scotty and Meredith send me a video, all you see is Bennett going, ready to roll, ready to roll, ready to roll. Need I say anymore? No. Need I say anymore? Mic drop, bang.
The other thing here with Scheffler is I don't want to take anyone that's in his group. So Chris Goddard I heavily consider as well, a New Jersey kid as well. Can't take him because he's in the Scotty group. I'm petrified of Scotty. Any people that golf with this guy, they shrivel up. Siwoo Kim played with them 2 weeks ago in the final group, as did Blades, who was just kind of, it was one of his first PGA events.
Yeah, the young
Played an
guy.
incredible tournament.
Great name, by the way.
And both those guys collapse in the final grouping on Sunday with Scotty Scheffler. He's just someone that he's
Well, I mean, it's
Unbelievable.
terrifying playing with a
He's
guy like
terrifying.
that. It's an individual sport, and he's the apex predator.
He's
He might as well
cool.
be a great white shark out there, and you can feel that when you're in his group playing with him. Of course you crumble.
And you just hear that Scotty goofy chuckle.
How are we feeling about Brooksy? Back on the tour.
So Brooksy won this tournament the last time it was Seahawks Patriots, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow. Okay, connect the dots, guys. But Koepka's not in your plays, Leah.
No, I think it's too early for him. I don't really like how he played last week. He was missing a bunch of putts. I didn't like what I saw. I think it's too early.
All right, there you go, guys. Liam got you ready for the Waste Management Obit. I'm going to get you ready for the end of the show. But once again, asking you to go to Twitter, #AskWub. You can ask us anything, and we'll answer it. Coming up next, closing out the show, more Wake Up Barstool.
Don't be lazy. Ask me some questions now.
I love Brooks. He was just missing like...
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Wake Up Barstool here at FS1. It's been a very fun day with the most disparate and motley crew that we've ever had on the show here. And what better way to finish it off than with some questions? We ask you to get on Twitter every day, #AskWub. You can ask us anything. Let's see what y'all have dialed up for us today. Shout out Stu Pendis. Good morning, Stu Feiner. Do you have any locks for the Winter Olympics?
Well, I mean, I'm a homer. Let's go USA, USA, and everything, but especially in NHL hockey. I would love us to bring home the gold. Nothing's like Winter Olympics and hockey. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just incredible, you know, because you're rooting for a lot of teams. But I would say USA hockey.
Has anybody watched the new Miracle documentary?
No, I've been
I heard
meaning
it's
to.
very good. I'm going to get around to that this week.
No.
It's on me. I've still got too much football brain. Shout out Lindsey Vaughn. Ruptured her ACL again, and yet she says she's still competing.
I don't know how it's possible.
Still going to go
but-
for it. I don't understand it either either.
Way to show that to Stephen Che. That's a reference not many will get.
Can I say something? And Lindsey Vaughn doesn't do this, but the ski, or I don't think she does, the ski jumping, where you're just in a track.
Yeah.
And you go down.
Yeah, and then you fly, basically. You, like, essentially fly.
I could do that, right?
No.
No.
Like you just get in the skis and you put them on the track and you're a Hot Wheel.
Yeah, but when you land, you're going to
Can
die.
we get a video of ski jumping? Because I don't think T's ever seen
I've been
ski jump.
skiing one time. It was in Montana, and I was taking a little like crash course, and they were teaching you how when you fall, you take your ski off and get up. And a 3-year-old came up to me and he said, "You should really learn how to get up with your skis on." And I was like, "Well, buddy, I have been doing this since I was 3 years old. I'm a little bigger than you. Let's cool it."
Big T would pour a hot chocolate on the kid's head.
No. But
Brendan Hill, would Big T go to Stu's wedding if it fell on a Tennessee Volunteers football Saturday?
I wouldn't go to anyone's wedding on a Tennessee Volunteers football.
I'd go to your wedding, Stu.
I wouldn't go to my own.
You would, yeah. I mean, no fall weddings.
I got married March 12th, 1988. 320 people. Spent $75,000 on the wedding, $50,000 on the honeymoon, and I brought home $25,000 worth of gifts for everyone in my wedding party. Rolex watches.
Maybe I would have gone.
Leather jackets. It was worth it. I got these like boats in like these bottles from Aruba. It was great.
My wedding claim to fame is that both me and my father ripped our pants on the dance floor that night.
You love ripping
You've got a
pants.
lot of trouble with pants.
Yeah, I got thick thighs, guys. I got thick thighs. Look at these things. What do you want me to do, dude?
You know what
Look,
thick
no
thighs
holes
mean?
here, though.
Thick thighs mean
I don't know.
nothing.
Okay. Kaylee says, how many years does a team have to be in their, quote, rebuilding years before it becomes a blatant lie? Yeah, I deal with this with the Pelicans for many years, kind of going through the Saints a little bit. What is an acceptable number of years to be rebuilding? 4?
I was gonna
That seems
say-
pretty gracious. Dude.
Ideally 3 or fewer. If you have a piece or two, you could talk me into a 4th.
No, I can't
once
get
you
over
have a
3.
5-year.
I can't get over 3. We don't have enough time on this earth
College
for me to
1
allow
or
you
2,
a 4.
NFL 4.
She asked when it becomes a blatant lie.
So year
the
4.
fourth year's when it
yes,
becomes
year
the
4 is
blatant
blatant lie.
lie.
I would
Yes.
agree with that.
Right.
I would agree with that.
Agree.
Excellent question, Kaylee. All right, what do we got next? This comes from Richard Cranium. I'm an idiot. Hashtag Ask Wub. What is Stu's favorite sporting moment? As in biggest bet hit or maybe just most memorable?
I would say Rose Bowl, I think 1993, the Cowboys beating the Bills on my birthday. I had a room right next to O.J. Simpson and Paula Barbier in the concierge suite at the hotel, and I think I bet $275,000 and the game was over in the first quarter.
Good God, man. That's insane.
Yeah, it was a Ritz-Carlton, and this Ritz-Carlton was unbelievable. The best Ritz-Carlton ever.
Did you
We
get
ate
to
like
hang out with
kings.
OJ?
In the concierge suite, I shook his hand. He was wasted. No, I didn't hang out with him. He was drunk to a skunk, standing up, smelled like a Paula Barrier at the time was his girl, smoking hot. He shook my hand. His hand was 4 times the size of my hand. My hand slipped up to my leg, up to here. I mean, you could see how he killed his wife. I mean, easily. He could have choked her out. He was. Did you ever meet him in person?
No.
He was the most intimidating human ever. Never looked me in the eyes. Spoke to him for 10 minutes. He never looked at me. He just
Xavier
nodded
Mendez.
his head, and he wouldn't let my hand go, and I was scared. Like, I was sweating. And this is before he was a convicted murderer.
Kiss, marry, kill.
Well, he wasn't convicted.
He wasn't convicted. Yeah, allegedly. I don't know. Kiss,
That's
marry.
not allegedly. Stop.
Stu, hold on. Kiss, marry, kill. Dolly Parton, LeBron James, Brandon Walker.
Okay, kill Brandon Walker, kiss LeBron, marry Dolly. What's the story? Well, I mean, what else do you want to talk about? You gotta marry Dolly.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
What are you talking
I
about?
think-
Dolly Parton.
Is there any disagreement?
Shut up.
I think Stu just nailed that. What
I
is
wouldn't
that?
kill Brandon.
Is that how you kiss, Stu?
No, I was leaning into Dolly.
St. Louis sports guy. There you go, Carson. If you had to live in any professional stadium and you cannot leave for a year, which stadium would you choose? You get to watch every live event in that stadium for
Oh,
free.
that's so easy. Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You get elite college football matchups.
Okay.
All the food is like $2.
Yep.
There is I don't know what kind of sponsorship deals we have on this show. There's an establishment in there that I love.
Yep. Is it
it's-
open on Sundays even in there?
No, they flip. It's just a.
Okay,
It's a
got
different.
something
Yeah.
generic. Okay, yeah.
But that's the best. Inside, obviously, 72 degrees.
It has to be a dome. You
Yeah,
have to pick a dome
obviously.
stadium.
Probably T-Mobile Arena. That's so much Golden Knights hockey I gotta watch.
You just live there forever.
Yeah.
Not the Rose Bowl, Liam.
No, because you gotta think about other sports viewing too that you gotta see. I gotta see UFC fights there.
Okay.
I gotta see some good college basketball.
I concur.
Tournament stuff.
Liam told me.
You're gonna have Frozen 4. Like, you got good stuff there. The team Vegas is a sports city. People forget that. We're a sports town.
Urgent announcement, got a major play at StuFeiner.com in college basketball tonight. Major play, StuFeiner.com plus Super Bowl sale.
Give me a hint.
What?
Give me a hint.
30-point winner. That's my hint.
Wow.
Damn.
30-point winner.
There you go, StuFeiner.com, guys. Go check it out. Big T, Liam, thank you so much. I can't
love you.
remember the
Thank
exact
you.
schedule.
Thank you,
We're going to see
everyone.
you all again this week.
Thank you, fans.
Stu,
Thank
we'll
you,
see you
everyone.
again tomorrow.
I'm so
I'll be
grateful
here.
to be my last.
Let's go. Big T's back
show.
tomorrow as well.
We're all here.
I'm
Hug
going to
it out.
hibernate.
All right,
Oh,
Liam.
you're not here?
No, I'm going to hibernate and watch golf all week.
Enjoy
Are we
your
going to
journey.
the zoo? Are we going to the
We're
aquarium?
going to the aquarium.
Okay. Me, Caitlin Walker, going to the aquarium.
Aquariums are the best, dude. Enjoy
See
the
us at
honor.
the aquarium.
Love you. We'll see you tomorrow. More Wake Up Barstool, guys.